welcome to another Guide 2 with me, MrSealyp. The ROPA DLC, which came out today. That's going to be the focus of this Guide 2. I know a few have been out already and some have been done in advance. This is my take on it. Now, if you remember back a little while ago, if you watch my Guide 2s normally, if you don't, you can always jump over and have a look. Recently on the mod hub, a ROPA pack came out as a mod, and that had the ROPA Tiger, and it had the ROPA or Tiger 6, and it had the Panther 2, I think it was, in that pack. So when everyone said about, and stupidly enough, I did that Guide 2 on that mod when it came out, and within 2 weeks, Giants announced the fact they were going to be putting this mod pack out, this DLC. So, one of those things. A lot of people asked why are they bothering, because there's already in the mods hub. This is a more comprehensive pack. It hasn't got the Panther, but it does have some other bits of machinery that mod pack didn't have. They said they would be able to put it out a kind of crisper, cleaner version of, and that's what they've done. So that's what I'm looking at now. I'm not going to do the history of ROPA. I did that on that last Guide 2 when the mods came out. Needless to say, go and have a look if you want to find out the history of ROPA. But it was started by a man named Herman Paintner in 1972. And interestingly, as you probably noticed by looking at some of this machinery, Herman Paintner went to work for Holmer for about 10 years. So Holmer and ROPA kind of developed almost alongside each other, with a lot of the machinery looking very much alike because of the influences from there. But let's get on with this Guide 2. There's a lot to get done and a lot to show you. If we go into the store, what I've done, a lot of people ask on the PlayStation, how do you switch from this view to the view you kind of standard have? Top, left and right, you've got L1, R1. If I do L1 or R1, I can get onto the manufacturer's page, scroll across till you get to ROPA. That way you haven't got to go searching around in all the various categories. I can go straight to ROPA, and there's the machinery. There are a lot of similarities with the Holmer pack. Interestingly enough, the ROPA variants are more expensive, if only by a little bit. There is the Grimmy Potato Harvester. That's about 112,000. The Keeler 2, which is a potato harvester, is 120. The Mouse 5, there is the Terra Felis, the Holmer Terra Felis, which is 349,000, I think, and this is 369,000. There is no version for this, the Noiro Mouse. But the Tiger XL, there's obviously the Terra 440. That's 495. This is 499. So not a huge difference. Big difference between the packs, of course, though, is that the ROPA header on this is a 4-metre header. In the Holmer pack, there's a selection of headers. Plus, a mod came out with a ROPA T430, I think it was, which had other headers in it as well. So this is the only one you get. But enough of that comparison. Let's get on to the actual nitty gritty. The ROPA Keeler 2 is a potato harvester with a capacity of 10,000 litres. It has a working width of 2 metres. There are no options available on it. It's quite narrow, but then the potato harvesters are. 150 horsepower. Some great animations on that, which we'll have a look at in a little while. But there are some potato harvesting options. The ROPA Mouse 5 is a sugar beet collector, mobile conveyor belt, loading machine, you name it. It only does sugar beet. The header, when it's open, has got a 10.2 metre spread. It's actually very, very intuitive to use on console, I have found. Not too bad at all. And that's 369,000, 354 horsepower. Very nice piece of machinery. We'll have a look at that. The Noiro Mouse is the same as the Mouse 5 in the fact it's a pickup mobile conveyor type piece of machinery. It's got an 8-metre header, 354 horsepower again. The chassis and the main elements of it are pretty much the same as the Mouse 5, but this one's got like a drum on the front of it, augers either side, and this will pick up all these other crops. It will do wheat, barley, canola, oilseed rape, sunflower, soybean, corn, maize, whatever you call it, seed, fertilizer, grass, chaff, wood chips, and silage. So a very handy piece of equipment. Only thing it doesn't pick up, which is a real pity, is potatoes, which would be very, very handy indeed, but it doesn't. Then we move on to the ROPA Tiger XL. This is the actual sugar beet harvester itself. It's a bit of a beast. 768 horsepower. 43,000 litre tank. It has got... Oh, the header width, we'll go into header in a minute. Obviously, this only does sugar beet. The actual fees for the day, though, your costs 1,700. It's not cheap. And then we've got the header that goes with it. So this is the ROPA RRXL 9x45, 79,000. No options. I don't think any of these got any options on them. They just come as they are. But the actual header is a 4-metre header. Very nice looking piece of kit. All of these are. They're very, very, very good mods. They look brilliant. And then you've got the new ROPA transport trailer for that ROPA header. Again, when you look at that and how it works, it looks amazing. It really is a brilliant, brilliant bit of kit. But that is looking at them on the actual store. This is looking at them in, I nearly said real life. You know what I mean. So, over this side, we have got the ROPA Mouse 5. When you look at the detailing on these, they are just, I mean, incredible bits of machinery in real life, but the recreation of them in mod form is just awe-inspiring. It's really, really incredible, the detail on these. The animations do not disappoint either. What fantastic bits of machinery. So what we'll do is jump up, start it up, do that again. Now this does not have an option to change the steering. That is the steering you get. It has got beacons. I do like the fact it's one on the back as well there, which is very, very nice indeed. Lights, normal, rears, which when this is all open up make more sense, and working, which is quite impressive around the front of there. And then typing it up, L1X. I love the animations on this are just incredible. The weight comes out the back, pipe comes out one side, as the weight, the counterbalance comes out the other. What an incredible piece of equipment. I love the fact that the actual cab raises up and the steps kind of come out from a flat surface into these steps to give the driver a much more elevated position for when it's in operation. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant bit of kit. Turn the beacons off, turn the lights off. Now, if I go in cab a moment, we've got a drive in position. Now, as it all opens out, the cab, or the driver's position, rotates round so you can see the arm. Now what we'll do is just put on the help window. If I press L1, we've got some options. I can, at the moment, it says if you go down where it says R3, I can change the control group. At the moment it's on pipe. So if I've got my finger on L1 and then use my right joystick, if I go side to side, I'm moving my pipe side to side, which obviously then moves the counterbalance the other side as well to allow for it. Now that will swing all the way around, and it swaps over with the counterbalance to go all the way around the other side as well. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant bit of kit. And if I go up and down with the right, I can raise and lower that as well. Have a look at that from outside. So I can move it side to side, whichever way I want to go. Up and down as well. That will allow for any height trailer. You shouldn't have any problem at all. It's got a nice long width on it. Brilliant. Now, if I go back into cab, if I do L1 So if I do R1 now, I've got a couple of other controls. If I go side to side, I can still move my arm, which is fine. If I go up and down now, I can actually change my position in the cab. So I can swing between looking at the front to make sure I'm collecting properly. I can move to the back to make sure my arm's in the right position for the trailer, but I can control that swing myself, which is pretty cool. I like that. Very nice. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to close all of this. Just pull that back around. If I do L1 and fold, this will automatically move the seat back round in a second as this all closes. I'm not doing that, that's automatic. And if I have a look in the cab, all very nice. Little screen there to the right hand side. That is just a screenshot, that's not an actual camera. Doesn't actually work. But I mean, it would be awesome if it did, but can you imagine? Giants FM, of course, why wouldn't it be? That is it for the animations, what it does, how it opens. We're going to have a look at that being used in a little while. We're going to move from that onto the Tiger 6, isn't it? Yes, the Tiger 6 XL. A giant piece of kit. And again, detailing on this is phenomenal. Really, really nice. So, let's jump in it. The ladder goes up as soon as you get in. Open it out. Incredibly smooth, very, very nice. L1, I can do... Oh, that was weird. Pipe out. Now, I can adjust that now. With my finger still on L1, my right stick, I can then go up and down with that to put it in any position I want it to be in for unloading, into a trailer at different heights, or onto the ground if I want to. I think I can adjust, yes, I can adjust the end as well. Like so. If I do pipe back in, just puts it back in that position. Turn it on. Beacons. A selection, an array of beacons on this one. Lights front. Lights rear. I like the fact you've got lights that run along the top section as well. And then the whole main beam work light assembly. Very nice. Looking in cab. Very tidy. They are very, very nice mods indeed. Do like these. Now it has got, if I do, is it R1? Yeah, R1. If I do L3, I can change. At the moment it's on turn steering. So if I just, that's on turn steering. If I do R1 and L3, I've got on crab steering. That's crab steering left, crab steering right, all steering. Now interestingly they all turn, but the cab is fixed to the back, to the body. So although it's all wheel steering, it fixes that cab section to the back and it turns like that. If I put it now on R1 and then press L3 again to all, that's sort of turn steering, yeah, all wheel steering, the whole thing, that whole cab moves now. That can swivel. It gives you a much, much tighter turning circle. For a very big machine, it turns very, very tightly indeed. So, as far as header goes, this is the header and this is the header on the trailer. If I come up to it, and attach it, takes the header off very, very neatly, and I can fold and unfold the header like so. Again, very nice animations. Typical. L1, fold header, put it all back up again. And what's great is when you put this on the header trailer, you've got, let me just jump out and show you. You've got these bolts, these bars here. These bars here align with these notches here. This top part of the header goes over the top, the bottom section goes underneath, and it hooks on and latches into place. It's a very, very neat piece of kit. So if I just drive in now, top bit goes to the top, bottom bit goes to the bottom, and you line up like so. If you detach it, pull back. First time I did it, that aligned perfectly, and it all just seemed to slot into place. This time, yeah, that's my fault. I'm way over, way too far over. But it does hook on, it hooks into place. I was hoping to show that a lot better than I did, but never mind. But the back of this does have a trailer hitch, so you can transport your own trailer. You don't need a tractor to do it. That tractor is there for another reason, although I've just smashed into it. So, looking up to the back, and you can transport your own header wherever you need to go. With the steering the way it is, and the way that the header trailer turns as well, this will turn in very, very tight places. It's a very, very nice unit indeed. But we're going to see that in operation in a bit too. Moving on, we have got the potato harvester. This is the Keeler 2. I love all the designs on the side of them, they look amazing. So, let's get a tractor onto this one. Big chunky wheels. Turn steering on the back of it as well. Again, helps it massively. It looks like a very, very modern piece of equipment. I know there's the Grimmy potato harvester, the Rootster, I can't remember, 604, whatever it's called. But this one, if we unfold the harvester, it twists and tilts and various different things open up. It brings the actual header section out to the side, the 2-meter collector processing part of it. I'll jump back in and close that up, you'll see. Very nice. Once it's all opened up, you can then put the pipe out, which is quite impressive to watch too. That basket drops down. I assume that's just to sift all the rubbish and stuff out. Keeps it all going where it should be going. And again, you can adjust that tilt to wherever you want it to go. You can unload anywhere as well with it, which is very nice. So, pipe in, pack all that away, fold harvester. There's not much more to it than that. It's better to see it in operation, which again, hopefully, I'm going to manage to do in a moment. It'd be nice to see them all being used, but it's nice to have a look at them in a bit more detail. And then last, we've got the Navarro Mouse 5, which is the same as the Mouse 5. Different header section. It opens up the same way. You've got the same conveyor belt system, the same balance, counterbalance out the side. The difference is all here at the front end. This opens out. You've got two auger pipes, augers, just two augers that send everything to the centre, and then you've got this drum mechanism. This drum mechanism rotates and brings everything up through the chute and wherever it all needs to go. So the interior is the same. Nothing different there, but it's the crops that it can pick up which makes it different. Back that up. Like I say, I'll show it opening and closing, but it does exactly the same thing. Cab goes up, driver turns round, front pipe opens out, augers open, and this bit opens up here at the front, and you can see the drum. Conveyor opens, counterbalance goes up the back. So the whole back section and the chassis is all exactly the same. The difference on the Navarro Mouse is this whole front section here. Now, I can move the back section. It does say R3, change control arm to arm. And I can lift this section up and down. I'm not sure why that moves up and down, but you can move that up and down there. And realistically, that's it. I can move the cab or the position of the driver again by going up and down. You see just inside there, moving round and round. Fantastic. The lights are the same. Fold that back up again. We're going to see all of these in action. What's that cab and the steps go down? The fact that these things exist in real life is just mind-blowing. Incredible. So, let's see them in action. I'm going to whiz over... What should I start with? I don't know. The sugar beet, I think. We'll do the sugar beet harvest. And then we'll use the mouse 5 to pick up some of the sugar beet and put it into a trailer. And then I think we'll do a bit of potato harvesting. And then we'll have a look at the Navarro mouse picking up something other than sugar beet. Off we go. So, here we are in the field. Header, I'm going to open up. Back section, I'm going to open up. Where do you even begin designing something like this? Wow. Right. I'm going to hire a worker. We're going to have a look at the animations. Incredible. I love the animation of all the dirt coming off the bottom. Those little cams rotating. Look at that. It's incredible. Potato going round the bottom and coming up top, up that side conveyor into the collection bin, I suppose you want to call it. Wow. Okay, I'm going to take the worker off. I'm going to spin it round. I mean, it's a sugar beet harvester, it does sugar beet. What I will do now, put the pipe out. What I'm going to do then is unload this onto the ground, like so. Put the pipe in, move that to one side. Now what we're going to do is jump into the mouse 5, pick some up, so we're going to see the mouse 5 in operation. Let's open the whole thing up. Now what I didn't show you when we were back at the car park, the showroom, whatever we're going to call it, when you lower this front section, wait for it to open. There we go. That's down. If I change the control group now to arm, I can now control this arm here at the front and go from side to side, like so. And it can go up and down. It can also go, I need to get this right, there we go, forwards and backwards on the arm, so you can use it for bringing that sugar beet in and getting it wherever you need to get it from. Realistically, you probably don't need to use it, it's a real life function, but there you go, that's what that does. So you can change the control group. So if I change it back again to control group pipe, I'm back to controlling the pipe at the back. And wherever I need it now, I need to actually get that, bring this forward and line it up. So what I will do is if I now bring the pipe to about there and raise it up a bit, as I bring the trailer forward and then I'll move forward, it's not going to be out the way of the trailer. So very quickly, let's grab this trailer. It's a great mod pack, I have to say, it's brilliant. If you want to use some different machinery for a change, this is going to fit the bill. It is pricey, which is one downside to it, but when you look at what it does, and I mean, that's just incredible. What amazing bits of kit. So, if I now turn on the loading vehicle, like so, this all starts moving at the front, all these little augers are moving Everything's doing what it should be. If I edge forwards, starts picking them up the conveyor belts, and up, hopefully, into the trailer. So as I edge forwards, it should pick more up, and up it comes. It picked up pretty quickly, I have to say. And there wasn't a huge amount on the floor, but I'm making very, very light work of it. Now obviously as I'm moving forward, I can move the arm up, in, out, however I want to get it still going to that trailer. But that made very, very light work of that. And that's what that does. The Mouse 5 picks you a bit up off the ground. So you haven't got to harvest and have a trailer there all the time. You can get on with your harvest, dump it, and then just come and collect it later on using this piece of machinery. It's an expensive way of doing it, to be fair, but that is what it does. And that's both of those being used with their animations. Turn the engine off there. Right, let's go and check out the potato harvester, I believe, what I will do next. So I'm over here at potato field with the Deutz and the potato harvester, which I've taken the liberty of opening out already. So this is moved to the side and it's in its operating position. So what will happen now, as I drive forward, if I hire a worker, off it goes, topping and bringing out the potatoes out the ground, again up the pipes. All these different animations going on, look at it all. It's amazing. Has a 10,000 litre capacity. It's just a pity that the actual header itself is only 2 metres wide, because these potato harvesters do take quite a while to do their job. One strip will be fine for the time being. So what I will do is turn it round. I will put my pipe out, like so. And what else do I need to do? I can adjust that if I want to, but I'm going to need it that kind of height. Actually, I don't know if it's going to go... Can't adjust the height of that anymore. That's it, isn't it? Just that bit I can adjust. Okay, well, let's see. Bear with me 1 second. Grab myself the T7-315 with a Joskin trailer. What I should do now is drive underneath the pipe and we should unload, but I'm not sure. The height on this isn't very... doesn't go very high at all. There's not... I was going to say there's not a collision on that, but anyway. Okay, and then out it comes, down through that chute, into the trailer. That's... because there are much higher trailers in game than that, so I'm surprised that's not adjustable in any way. I'm not just missing something, I'm pretty sure. I can't adjust that. That can go up and down, but doesn't go up any higher. That's it, that's as high as it goes. Okay, well, what I will do, put it back over to the field, and let the worker continue. That's interesting. Why is that now not working? Ah, so it won't run with the pipe out. You have to put the pipe away for it to operate. Oh, there we go, didn't know that. Found something out. Okay, well there we go, there's the potato harvester. You do need the pipe closed for it to operate. Very, very nice. Right, which leaves the Navarro mouse. that's the one that should pick up all sorts of other things. So let's go and test out that theory right now. So here I am. I'm over at a field where some inconsiderate harvester has dumped all of the grain on the floor. Not very helpful, thank you. So what we're going to do is open this out. Again, same animations, everything should move where it needs to, I hope. I haven't actually tried this yet, so we'll see. Pipe out. Oh, look at that, it's almost like I planned it. Oh, nearly. Okay, right, let's lift that arm and swing that forward. So I want it. Okay. So this should work exactly the same as the other mouse. If I now turn on the loading vehicle, lower the loading vehicle, and edge forward, this should pick all this up off the ground. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I'm not sure why you would put it on the ground, but the fact you can pick things up off the ground is pretty handy. And there you go. What an amazing piece of machinery. Now, I'm going to turn off the loaded vehicle and lift the front. What I'm going to do is keep the pipe out. I'm going to whiz very quickly over here. Now, I've just realised something. Literally just realised something this second. I thought this will do silage. That's brilliant. I've been using a snow blower and various different things for getting silage out of bunkers. But what I have noticed, unless you've got a very big bunker, the front of this will not fit in the bunker. So I'm not sure how this would work. On the much wider bunkers you'll get away with it, but the header won't fit in the smaller ones like that. So if I turn it on and drop it down, I don't know what the reach is like on it. No. So you would need to get the silage out of the bunker first before you can pick it up. That's frustrating. I was hoping that was going to work and work really, really well. I'll get a bit further forward. Yeah, I just can't get that header in. So on your narrow silos, that's not going to work. It'll work on the bigger ones. I like the fact it will pick up silage, but obviously it's not going to on this particular map. And that only just dawned on me, because for some reason I had it in my head that this just had this drum system at the front and it would just scoop up from wherever you need to, but because it's got the augers either side, which gives it a much greater width, which is fantastic, doesn't work on the narrow bunker silos. There we go. A revelation. I did have a trailer here and everything ready to go, but never mind. Now, it's a kind of a bit of a whiz through, a bit of a look, just so you can have a look at what they do, the animations, the movement of the rotation of the seated position inside. You know, they're great mods, really highly detailed. On console, especially, I play on PS4. Very, very intuitive and easy to use, not at all complicated in any way. Change your go back in. Yeah, change your control group from pipe to arm, and yeah, it's all very, very easy to use. Very nice indeed. I'm going to fold that away now. Watch this animation again, why not? But that's it from the ROPA DLC. Just a quick look at what's available, what they cost, where you can find them in the actual store, the animations, what they do, and see them a tiny little bit in action. Like I said, they're not cheap, but they are pretty cool, I have to say. And that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.